When you think of leafy greens, what comes to mind? Salad? Sautéed spinach? But how about the basil in your tomato sauce, the kale in your soup, the cilantro in your salsa? Green leafy vegetables are everywhere, adding flavor and texture to an endless list of dishes where they aren't in the spotlight. Another remarkable thing about leafy greens is that even in the dead of winter, when the trees have lost their leaves and most plants are dry and dead, you can walk into a greenhouse and find these hardy plants just growing away. How does this work? To find out, we traveled to Skydog Farm in Chepachet and talked to the owners, Katherine and Mark.
Mark has been hydroponic farming for over 30 years. When Mark and I met 7 years ago, we actually met at the farmer's market down at Coastal Growers Farmers Market.
At the time when farmer's market started, that's what I needed. You know, I had been in a greenhouse too long trying to sell lettuce.
So let's back up a minute. Katherine mentioned hydroponics, and you may have noticed that these plants aren't growing in the ground. One of the unique things about Skydog Farm is that their produce is grown in water rather than soil, which is what it means to grow something hydroponically. So Mark, how does that work?
All the hydroponic seeds kind of start out like this. These are called 10-20 trays, and you get 200 little squares when you cut them all up. So this is rock wool. Basically, it's a wick. So hydroponics, you can't just put a seed in the water, it'll wash away. So basically, it holds the seed, and then it kind of gets consumed with the roots. Start out, it's just a simple like stock tank. It's a 300-gallon stock tank. So hit this pump here, sends out a main line, and then I break it up into little sections. But basically it comes through this tube right here, into these little spaghetti tubes. I add fertilizer to the water, but it keeps recycling. So we use like 10% of the water that a normal farm would use. So it'll go through the tray, the roots hang in here, and then it collects in that gutter in the back there.
Because of their hydroponic system, Skydog uses way less fertilizer than a traditional farm. There's also no weeding or tilling, reducing the amount of work required to grow the plants. And most importantly, the Skydog team can grow much more produce per square foot than if they were growing in soil. This one greenhouse has 2,000 plants, which means that in the cooler months when other farms don't have much to sell, Skydog has plenty.
You know, there's a lot of competition in July, August. Everybody's got everything. But in April, and March and April and May, most people have plant starts, a plug like this. I have Swiss chard that is just growing like it's the middle of the summer.
We're owner operated, it's Mark and I. So we want to just show a model of how that can be done and how we can participate and serve the community.
I love this one. It's got a clean taste to it. My favorite thing about farming is I love coming here. I listen to music. I used to bring my dog. No matter what's going on in life, I can turn on the music and love being in here.